What up, what up, what up, what up? Now we're live. It says you are now live now. We're cooking with gasoline. What up, y'all? CEO of blackfolkhotspots.com and the host of SBB TV, where we interview black business owners of all walks of life. Talk about your business, talk about what you got going on, now and in the future. We want to inspire people. We want to inspire business growth, right? So if you're watching this, tap the screen for hearts and also leave in the chat your domain name so we can shout you out live and tell people about your business and who you are and what you do, right? And also for the replay people, or for anybody watching this, this will be on our YouTube channel at youtube.com youtube.com/BFHS network, right? One of the things that I like to say is make sure you tap the screen that gives hearts, right? Also you can, swipe left or swipe right depending on the phone you're on, and it will allow you to share with your friends, because one thing that I know is the more people who know about your business, the better your business is going to do, right? And what's funny is I'm shopping for tires right now. I need tires for my car. And that is the craziest thing. I ain't going to say craziest thing, but I want to get the best rider car, best tires for the right money. So if you know any black tire people, whatever, let me know, people who are in that. But I'm in the Chicagoland area, and what up, C Major? How you doing? And one of the things that thanks for the hearts. Let's get some more. Tap, 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 tap. And if you're a black business owner, make sure you post your domain name, your website in the chat so that I can shout it out live as well. And this will be on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BFHS network. That's BFHS, which is short for Black Folk Hotspots, .com. And so that we can introduce you to our network of over 300,000 as far as social media goes. And then swipe right or whatever and share this with your friends. We need more people watching. We need hearts. How many do I have now? I haven't looked in a while. Oh, 4,200. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna shoot for 5,000 today. Hope. Okay. Cool. So that's what this is all about. That's what SBB TV is for too, as well, because what we do is we interview black business owners online. We do it using Google Hangouts, and we want to talk about your business. So, and just talk about what's next and things like that, what you're doing. We want to, maybe give some inspiring tips to, other business owners, where other people can ask questions of that business owner to get a better feel for who they are. But anyway, you might see me in my Patriots hat. Not real. I'm a fan of Tom Brady and the Patriots. I just like the way they run their system. It's not fancy. It's very conservative to a certain extent and consistent. They do the small things very well, right? And that's what makes them, keeps them in the winning mode. And that's how Black Folk Hotspots works. For the last 7 years, we have consistently just, moved on, we do the basics, the fundamentals very well. And that's what allowed us to grow and build our network for black business owners, because we feel like we should, if we start spending more money with each other, it's going to circulate from hand to 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 hand. And that's how, my thought process from the very beginning. And I love it when, I can see it start to come into fruition. But anyway, if you're a black business owner and you're watching this, go to blackfolkhotspots.com and create a profile so we can introduce you to our 300,000 1,000 plus urban professional that's in our reach in social media. And then if you want to post your events or blog posts and videos and flyers, what we do from that point, what we do from that point is we share that and we put it into our daily rotation, so it's constantly going through our system so that you get more exposure for your business. So that's what we do. Swipe right, invite your friends, tap, and we're going to shout your business out, right? We got about 4,200 hearts. I want to get to like 5,000 before this is over, hopefully. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Oh, I know what I want to talk about. This Million Man March they just had. I'm going to tell you, I'm a fan of Farrakhan. I'm a fan of what they've done in bringing black people together. I'm a huge fan of that, right? And let me make no mistake, or like Barack, let me be clear, right? One of the things that it's always funny when something go by in the complex. But anyway, one of the things that you know, I hear people saying we're going to boycott Christmas and Black Friday, things like that. I think that that's a flawed system. I mean, I get the ideal of it, but I think that's a flawed system. Why? Because there's, you know, 2 million black business owners on the books, right? And as a business owner, you know, I remember when I was in when I owned a floral shop, when I was part owner in a floral shop, rather, and we lived from holiday to holiday to holiday mostly. That's when we made our bigger dollars, and because of the bigger influx of people. And then the daily flowers, you know, I call them the get off the couch flowers, and the, you know, the centerpieces, and the people just wanting fresh flowers in the house, things like that. I found, you know, those would get us through, but the extra money came from the holidays, from Valentine's Day to Mother's Day to Father's Day to Christmas to Thanksgiving and all the major holidays. When you say boycott spending money on Black Friday or Christmas, you also hurting black business owners too. You know, I would more gear towards and be more down towards, let's say we're going to support, if we're going to spend the money, we're going to put this money in black business owners' pockets, so that these black business owners can put it in other black business owners' pockets. So these black business owners can put it in other black business pockets. So we start to grow and circulate. You know, 5 cents, only 5 cents of every dollar that's being spent is leaving our communities, right? It's you know, the dollar is circulating hands less than 1%, less than one time before it leaves our communities. That's a lot. And now to say to boycott that, you know, now that means it's going to be some people that's going to have some, you know, maybe not get their bills paid or this, that, and the other, some black business owners. And that's not important. That's important. Another thing that I look at is damn, I should have had a damn notepad. Another thing I look at is you show that this, you know, oh, that's what it is. And also, it's not just black business owners, it's black professionals, right? You know, the doctors, the lawyers, the salespeople, car sales, insurance sales, investment sales, whatever, furniture, you know, all these different things, right? You know, by boycotting these businesses, these people are also losing money, even if they're working at Macy's, right? But they're on commission sales, or, you know, they're, you know, a driver for Pizza Hut. Hey, Margaret, how you doing? And these are things that now that money is not being moved, it's, you know, even though it may be rolling up to some, you know, billionaire that may not be black, you know, we're missing the money by not taking care of, hey, Silo Biz, what's happening? You know, we're missing money by, hey, peace. Hey, if you're a black business owner, put your put your business, your website in the chat so that I can shout it out. Let's just talk about your business real quick. But by not spending money by these boycotts, you're hurting black businesses. You're hurting black people, because there's black professionals. What I say is, when you go buy a car, go look at, find that black salesperson. Find a dealership with a black salesperson. I don't care what it is. They're out there. And make sure you buy the car from him, because that way, at least if that money's going to roll up, it's rolling through one of our hands first, right? Because that's how it circulates. And that person goes back to his community. He spends that money, pays, he has to pay his house note, and he buys stuff. And that's how we start to grow. But the boycott, that's a lot of times. So we're going to shout businesses out for hearts. So we need hearts. I got 4,200. I want to get to 5,000 before this broadcast is over. I really do. So I appreciate if you can tap. Show some love. Also swipe left and right and invite your friends too as well. So, and then if you saw us on Twitter, just retweet this so that other people can check it out. Right. And that's what we do with Black Folk Hotspots. We want to help share the love and spread, help circulate those dollars more and more and more, put into a rotation where we're spending money, Welcome back, Margaret. And those are the things that we try to do. Hey, Margaret, put your business, your website in the chat so we can shout it out, so you can hear it on video. And then also too, the replay of this will be on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/www. My hair, is that what it is? myhair.com. That's what's up. What exactly is that? I didn't pass reading. I'm just kidding. Natural hair blog. That's what's up. Hey, we're looking for some bloggers at Black Folk Hotspots too. So I got a special going for bloggers, because we want to put some of the information to help you guys get more exposure for your blogs. So if you don't already, create a profile at blackfolkhotspots.com so we can take care of you and get you out, so more people know. We can share that information so more people know about your blog. And we got about 300,000, a little bit more than that, urban professionals that are awesome, perfect, that are in our network on social media that we constantly put, our business owners through rotation. We got about almost 2,200 black business owners, like 2,190 or something, 87 or something like that. But that's what we do. We also I also host a show called SBB TV. You'll see the hashtag if you just put in hashtag SBB TV, which is short for Support Black Business TV, where we talk to business owners. Small business owners is where we is where I kind of focus, because we're going to get into growth and things like that. So, we want to help get as much exposure for black business owners and black professionals as possible. I was talking to I went to an auto parts store. I needed a part for my car, and one of the guys that I talked to was this guy get out of his car. Thank you for the share, Margaret. Can we get some hearts? Tap the screen. Thank you. Come on, I can get more than that. I feel like the preacher when I'm passing around the collection plate. But no, this guy just pulled up, got out the car, he's on his phone and don't even put his car in gear. That's funny. What's up, bro? But anyway, that's one of the things that that we like to do. We want to help. We got to circulate this. We got to get more exposure. The more exposure you get is the reason why you see commercials and you see advertising. No matter if you're listening to the radio, you listening to, watching TV, driving down the street, you see billboards everywhere. You get the newspaper, is advertisements everywhere, because they want your dollars. And we got to put ourselves in there. We got to just squeeze ourselves, in the middle of that magazine. Nothing but advertisements, right? But it's some good articles, this is, and then it's all this. Then you got this is always in there, right? So you subscribe. So if somebody else pick up your magazine, they can take that and they can, this is Men's Health or whatever. This came in the mail. I don't even subscribe to this, but just advertisements, right? Almost like every other page, and that's what we need to be doing as Black business owners. The more people see your business, the more people are going to buy from you. I don't care what nobody say. Hey, Miss V Thomas, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. The pink tub. I know you. Hey, put your website. Tap your website in there. Hey. Type your website in the chat so we can shout it out. Yes, you do. I'm gonna figure out this Periscope thing. I'm gonna be one of whatever. It's some things that I don't like about Periscope. I don't like the 24-hour thing, but I understand why it works. But if you're watching this, you'll be able to see. We'll put this on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BFHS Network. Miss Thomas, put your website in the chat so we can shout that out. So we can send people to go check you out. My first time too. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's actually Periscope is cool. I like the live streaming thing. It's cool, but I want to one of the things that I guess is the biggest issue is a lot of people don't take their Periscopes, because after 24 hours, they're dead. They're gone, right? And I watched the people that was doing the Black Periscope or whatever on Fridays, but I'm never available. And hell, I ain't available Saturday either, so I don't even get that 24-hour thing. I got to stop what I'm doing to watch this or I miss it all. And I think that, that kind of sucks. So if they're watching this, if you hear about this, if you know any of those people that started that, those videos, I know it's too late now for a lot of them, but I'm sure they probably saved on somebody's device, but those things should be going to their YouTube channel or some other, video service where you can, where people can watch them later, go through, put them in a playlist, right? And that's what we do at SBB TV. So if you Google that, you go to our YouTube channel, you can see our playlist of all our interviews we've ever done, right? Because we want to make sure that, there's some good information. Plus, I want people to see our growth, right? I don't like to, people want to make sure that everything always professional this and professional that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm professional in itself, right? And what we do is good stuff. And find me on Facebook. They can find you on Facebook, IG. It's P Periscope, Tumblr at the Pink Tub. So make sure you guys go follow her on Twitter, and then you can find all the information on Instagram or whatever. But she's a member of Black Folk Hotspots. She has a profile, and what we do is, like I said, we like to. If you're a Black business owner, you should have a profile at blackfolkhotspots.com. It's not going to cost you anything to create the profile, but about 3 minutes of your time. I'm glad I got the 3 right. I'd be like, for 3 minutes of your time, for 3 minutes of your time. But anyway, what we do is we want to introduce your business to our network and put it into a rotation. Now, we work off the premium system, right? Not the premium, the freemium. That's premium, that's free and premium together, right? Sort of like Google works and YouTube works and Facebook works, where no, you're not paying them unless you want something extra, right? Other than that, you can just have a good time. You just have a profile or whatever. But if you want to post your events, which, if you try, doing a e-blast, you're going to spend $75, $100, $150, $200, depending on how big that list is, Yeah, I know about Catch, but you know what? I don't need another system. I am going to start doing that. Put that hashtag there. I seen that somewhere. But I like to just put them on YouTube, right? YouTube. And the reason being is YouTube is the number 2 largest search engine, right? People are not going to Catch as often in my mind, right? I've never been there, but I go to YouTube daily. Right? I subscribe so I get the information. And I am going to do catch because you want to be in different places for these things. So I appreciate that. And I knew about that. It's actually saved in my favorites on the computer. So, make sure we need some hearts. I need more hearts. Hearts. I'm just, and then swipe left or right or whatever. I don't know. Android, Apple. Make sure people tap you up. Yeah, exactly. Tap. Absolutely. And share. Swipe left and right to share. I want to get to, I got 4,200. I want to get to 5,000 hearts. Really, I want to get to 1 million. So you know what? Thank you, Miss V, for inviting followers. So we want to get to 1 million. And you see this Patriots hat? I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm a Cubs fan, but I'm a Bears fan. But the Patriots played the Colts, which in my home state of Indiana, you got all these Colts fans. Beautiful you. What up? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Beautiful you. Oh, yeah, that's a business owner, too. Black business owner. I like that. Hey, if you're a black business owner, make sure, hello, make sure you type in, give us some hearts, because we're going to do this in exchange. Some hearts for some publicity. So, let me see what your color is of hearts. Pink or red or something. Oh, 7. Okay, cool. So what I want to do. So type in your website, beautiful you, so that we can shout it out, right? And then Pink, I saw that. I be doing. I was on recon. That's what took me so long. Do recon. But anyway, type your website in so I can shout it out real quick. And get and help you, get a little exposure. And this video will be on youtube.com where it will live. youtube.com/BFHS Network, which is short for Black Folk Hotspots. So BFHS is short for blackfolkhotspots.com, which is our website, which we created for black business owners to be able to create profiles. Love them hearts. Please keep them coming. Love them. Because y'all will keep me talking, right? Yeah, Ryan need all the love in the world. Maybe we start singing the LL song. www.beautifulyou2010.com. Now, what exactly is Beautiful You? Beautifulyou2010.com. So make sure I go check that out, right? And then I'm sure she got some social media things so that you guys can follow her on Facebook and Twitter and Beautiful You. For some odd reason, you're back. Or you got kicked out. So what I was saying was, what is beautifulyou2010.com? What exactly is it? What's that website all about? Because what we want to do is we want to help black business owners get more exposure. Because I don't like... Oh, okay. That's what's up. But if it's on YouTube, this is not showing up. So, but that's what's up though. And then you got some people who maybe can't do screenshots because maybe they're watching this on their computer. Or they could do screenshots. I guess it's technology. But anyway, what is beautiful you? I guess I probably should have done screenshots so I can go back later, right? That's a good idea. Hey, y'all, post y'all websites again. I just had a thought. I'm gonna upload those. Natural hair products, handmade soaps. That's what's up. We need more of that, right? How did you get? What made you start doing that? How did you get started? Because I've always heard some very interesting stories for people who are doing the natural soaps and products. Make sure you go check out the Pink Tub at the Pink Tub, and that's on soy candles. Okay. What made you start doing that with the candles? It's always interesting. It's always different. That's what I love talking to business owners, about why they did certain things or why they started certain things. With me, with Black Folk Hotspots is I come from a city, born and raised, Gary, Indiana, that was 90% black. And I took a job in 2008 and they relocated me. and I couldn't find no black people. I couldn't find no black businesses. I couldn't find really and truly, I couldn't find a place to hang out and watch, the basketball games or the football games. It really what happened. And I was already a blogger. I was already blogging for dollars. And I had a dream. And in the dream, I heard a voice that say, why don't you do what you've been doing for yourself, but do it for black business owners? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And thank you. You're welcome. And I got and the name Black Folk Hotspots was there. And that's what it said. Here's the name, blackfolkhotspots.com. So I went and searched and saw it was available. But one of the things that I did, which gave me some it kind of clarified, it gave me some clarification, was I text 4 or 5 of my buddies, blackfolkhotspots.com and a few other domain names. Can't even remember them now. That's how crazy it is. And this was like 3 o'clock in the morning when it woke me up, 3:30. And within like 10 minutes of me texting my partners, I developed eczema, and had to be careful about the things I was putting in my skin. Exactly. You know what? I know a lot of people. I try to tell them, yes. So, yeah. So these, that's what's so natural. That's what's so good about these natural products and these different things that's being made. A lot of them were developed because a person had a problem, which is how business was created. There was a problem, and then you had to find a solution to it. Which means if you had the problem, other people have the problem. And then, you start letting people try it, and next thing you know, you got a business, right? That's how it works. That's how it works for almost everything. You're like, okay, so how do I get from New York to California? I also had started being a vegetarian, so I was leaning towards more natural. Okay, that makes sense. Are you still a vegetarian? Are you 100% vegetarian, or, one of them halfway house vegetarians? These people gonna be walking around me, trust these. No, I'm just messing around. But that's, and so within 10 minutes, see, that's what's up. 80-20. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, I get it. I love the 80-20 rule. That applies to everything. I was running into loads of bad hair information. Yeah, I've heard that. Obviously, I don't have much, but yeah, I got more hair on my chin than I do on top of my head. Yep, keep it simple. Keep it simple. So many times people come to Black Folk Hotspots and like, oh man, it's this other looking site and it's great and all this. And I'm like, look here, let me explain something to you. I ain't changed the look and feel and design of Black Folk Hotspot since it started. I ain't got time for all that. What I know is we're the #1 ranked site as far in terms of traffic that help black business owners get more exposure. That's what I know. I also know that 20% of 20% of the people provide 80% of our income to our business. And that's why we work on the freemium system. We know, what if we like, hey, we charging people, they were like, whatever. And not knowing that, in order for advertising for the 300,000 people, you will pay thousands of dollars for that. Thousands of dollars. Thousands. But you know what? The max you're going to pay us is $15 a month. That's if you want to pay monthly. I mean, you can buy a year, you can get it better. It could come all the way down to like $5 a month, right? But anyway, but what we do is the more you post. Thanks, Miss Thomas, for sharing on Twitter. And I also too can share on Twitter. Just swipe right, and just hit share to followers or whatever. That's what you can do. And I appreciate that. And that's how, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand that if there's a solution. Like I got an invention sitting in my head right now that, I got to get a prototype done for it. And I'm telling you, it's going to blow people away. And the fact that when I've told a few people, thank you, beautiful you, for sharing and invited people. I appreciate that. How many followers we got? We need some more followers anyway. I only got 241. We almost at 5,000. Got like 300 to go. I'm like the preacher on the collection plate. I go around 5, 6, 7 times before you get out. I don't know. Do that happen? Type till you get cramps. You be like, I can't type it. I can't hit the thing no more. Thanks, Margaret. I appreciate the share or the invite to followers. But yeah, that's what. And so once this is over, I'm gonna go back through. Absolutely, each one teach one. I'm gonna go back through it and I'll make sure I follow you guys. And find something. But go to blackfolkhotspots.com if you don't have a profile. Create a profile. It takes 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes if you type slow, right? But most of y'all been typing forever, so y'all should be like, brr, brr. And all we ask is about your business. I want to know a couple things as far as, why did you start? What made you go into this niche? One of your, a great life experience that you had, and one of your favorite quotes. Because what I found is Black business owners need inspiration. So, and what happens is, here's how this works. On Monday, we share the about. I don't tell a lot of people this. Tuesday, the about you. So if you've done something on, when we do some things on Mondays, that's what we do. We do the about. The about me's. On Tuesday, we do why did you start this business? On Wednesdays, what is it? It's a tip to pre-announce when you. I know, I'm so random with it. And then I've been looking at actually setting up a date and time. But I do SBB TVs is the host where where we interview Black business owners, and that's my vice. I like Google Hangouts. I'm a Google Hangouts person because I like YouTube. I like Google, right? And Google is your friend. Google's my friend, because Google has helped us become the #1 Black business network in terms of traffic on the internet. And I don't like to brag and boast, and it's because, like I said, the Patriots, when I was talking earlier, if you go back and watch the replay, you'll see where I talked about the Patriots and why, I'm a Bears fan, but I never really was a Patriots fan. And that's because, no, never. This Google, they ain't going nowhere. And you said help outs, hangouts. It ain't going nowhere. Trust me. I don't think anyway, unless you got some information, but it's just too. Oh, it used to be. Yeah, me too. I from the very beginning, back in the day. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. They did knock that out. Well, at least I assume, but, one of the things that I like about the Patriots, and I didn't like them because they never had really any over the top superstars. They didn't do, it was never no real touchdown celebrations. I like the bad guys in sports, right? I'm an Allen Iverson, T.O., Chad Johnson. I was those type of fans. I don't like the fans that, once the players that once they do something. I like the baseball players that shout up when they strike you out. They show emotion. That's how I am. I like those ones. And what happens with the Patriots is they so vanilla, right? But it's effective. And they do small things, the little things, in an excellent way. And it's the things that nobody really sees because it comes with the practice. I heard Tom Brady. No, I heard Rob Gronkowski, that their star tight end, talking on the radio the other day, and he said that they only play for 1 week. Like our goal with Black Folk Hotspots is to set out to win the day, to do what we have to do today, and not to get sidetracked by people telling us we ain't moving fast enough for them. We're not doing this because you know what? Look here. I know what we bring to the table. We've been doing it for 7 years. And yeah, it's been a lot of, generating a system, because once you have a system, it's no different from a McDonald's, right? McDonald's, I can go to work to McDonald's and be an expert on their taking orders or doing fries, because there's a system where you can plug anybody into that system. It doesn't matter. And when you do small things in a very, very, very effective way, very good, over time, you may not see that growth daily, but you'll see it over monthly, yearly. And what I like to say, when I was in investments and things, I would tell people, I can tell you what the stock market is going to do every day. I can tell you, I can guarantee you what it's going to do every day. And they'd be like, what? How can you do that? Who are you? Some black boy from Gary, Indiana? You going to tell me, I got millions of dollars. See, it's going to go up and down every day. Up and down every day. But if you look back over 10 years, over 15 years, over 20 years, it's steadily doing this. And that's how business grows. Like all your friends and all your family, thank you. All your friends and all your family, and they be like, oh, you doing this. I had a chick, a friend, and she was talking about her boyfriend. And she was talking about, or maybe her husband, one of the two. And she was talking about how, he was always going from opportunity to business to business to business. He never would just settle on anything. And it was weighing on her. And she was, it was upsetting. And she was like, yeah, I just want you, why you just can't do something? I'm like, what, go work for 40 years for somebody else? Not that that's a bad thing. But, and I said, exactly. Be like water, Bruce Lee, like that. You need to be consistent, like that too. Yeah, absolutely. You got it. You got it, V. You got it, Margaret. And I said, he's trying to find his niche. Trust me. You got somebody who's just not a settler. He's not going to go and just settle for something. He's trying to find his niche. And what you need to be is his number one cheerleader. That what they call that ride or die. You need to have his back. You need to say, hey, keep going. Do the things. You need to do that. And I'm not just saying it because I'm a man and this, that, and the other. I'm saying it because that's, if it was my girl or a family member, I would be doing the same thing. Rally, rally, rally. Let's go. What do you need from me? Not why you just last week you was doing this. 2 months ago no. You don't need that. It's already enough stress in business as it is. Because I'm going to tell you, if I walk in the house and my girl is beating my head in about stupid stuff, she ain't going to be my girl too much longer. I ain't got no time for that. I'm trying to build something. And you know what? Then they going to be like, oh, you made it big. You left her. No. She drove me freaking crazy. And people don't get it. I know it, and it works both ways. You can't have all that. That nagging, no, negative. Pass that on to somebody else. I ain't got time for that. And that's how, and because business is stressful. It's the hardest thing in the world, in my opinion, to do. It's probably as hard. It's probably as bad as childbirth, right? Without the pains. Because, starting Black Folk Hotspots, I took the biggest pay cut I've ever had in my life. And it was a struggle. It doesn't matter. You never know your passion. I'm going to tell you something. I've been in businesses and successful businesses. I've been a part owner in a flower shop. We did very well. Matter of fact, it's still going to this day. It started in 1997, 98. Right? Started that with now my daughter's mom. It was my girlfriend then, but now it was my daughter's mom. Now it's just my daughter's mom. Exactly. It takes as long as it takes. Exactly. I've sold socks. I've sold insurance, investments, mortgages. I wasn't going to real estate, but I did jewelry. Yeah, I sold watches. I haven't sold water. That's a good idea, though. I thought about that, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. Some guy was running some things. I said, wait a minute, you can make like $4,000 a month selling water? Because I look at certain things as stepping stones, right? And I've had some things that me personally, I've had some things that I've done, but everybody don't know you. It's just like a business plan. Everybody don't know your business, right? It's like your relationships. Everybody don't need to know your business. Some things I do because they're, I need to do this to get, to get this funding, to get these dollars so that I can do something else. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else I've sold. I've worked a million different jobs. I give jobs 1 year probation. When I go into a job, I'm going to give you 1 year. Right? 1 year. And if you don't fit my expectations, and we and it's like football, it's like a pro contract. Every year I reevaluate you. Like you give me an evaluation, I'm giving you an evaluation. And the most you're gonna get is about 2 or 3 years. Like I worked someplace for like 3 years, and my grandmother was like, "Dang, you must like them." I'm like, "Nah, they fitting. They doing what they need to do." Yeah. Yes and no. But yes. But what it was with me was I made money. I was making $300-400 a day selling socks. And I'm talking about profit. And I got tired of it. I didn't have any passion for that. I was hooking people up. Well, everybody around my city and around my town had white Hanes sweat socks. I mean, I was killing the prices. Everybody like, "Oh, you can get them cheaper from Walmart." Go ahead on with your bad self. You can't get them cheaper than me. I'm getting them from the man who's getting them from the man who's getting them from the man. But, and it's funny. Here's the funny part. My daughter was in Chicago the other day for her acting lessons. And welcome back, Miss V. Thomas. But she was in Chicago for acting lessons, and I guess they drove down her street because my daughter's mom, and it's probably been more than 15 years, because my daughter was 15. She just turned 15 in August, and she wasn't even born yet. So it's been a little bit more than 15 years. And my daughter sent me a picture of the wholesale place I was to get the socks from. And I was like, and it looked like a regular place, because in the front it's a regular store. You can walk up and you can buy in there, right? So they sell retail, but out the back they sell wholesale. They got a wholesale thing in the back. And what's funny is, I say, "Did you just take that out of random?" She's like, "No, Mom told me to take that picture and send it to you." Yeah, and she probably was telling her, "Your dad used to sell there. Your dad used to get this stuff from there. He made a lot of money." I did. And people laughed at me when I quit my job. I was working in the casino. I was making like $60,000 a year. And they just, when you got money in the bank and you got money in your pocket, you have options. And that's the biggest issue. When I got out the Air Force, and I'll go back here, when I got to Air Force, everybody's like, "Oh man, you get 10 points to go work at the post office." And there's nothing against people who work at the post office. Don't get me wrong. I need my checks to come, when they come, and I need my invoices to go out, and I need my, my POs. I need all that stuff to come in my, my mail. You can keep the bills though. I don't need them. But anyway, and what's funny is, it's like, you get 10 points. You should go work at the post office. And I'm like, I got 3-4 family members working at the post office. They miserable. Yeah, they making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. What I look like being, and this may sound crazy, what I look like being 21, 22, 23 years old working at the post office making this money. What am I going to do with that? I'm going to go out and buy a car, get some rims. I'm going to get a house. I'm going to spend this money reckless. But what's going to happen is I'm going to create my lifestyle up to that. So now I can't leave, because I got to find another job that's paying me these X amount of dollars, or I'm not going to be able to make my bills on a monthly basis. So I said, no. And I know, having that mentality, I could have stashed a lot of that money, but look at these people that were getting up and going to work at the post office, my uncles and my aunts, and I'm like, they are miserable. They're also the reason I had a problem trying to decide on a major when I went to college. I'm like, this dude, he majored in business management. He got a degree in business management. He ain't working in business. He working at the post office. This chick got a degree. These are my aunts. This chick, she got a degree in X, and she working at the post office. Or the steel mills. You got a degree in this, but you working at the steel mill. So I'm like, damn, is college a waste of time? I'm like, anyway, and I end up going, and I end up managing, majoring in financial management and accounting until, Hearts. We're going to do a heart song. I do the Cabbage Patch for hearts now. Just kidding. But no, it's so funny because in life, these are things that we don't always focus on. And we don't see these things. You know, now I just went to a thing. My daughter's a freshman in high school, and I just went to a night. And, you know, they send these random things, and she goes to a really good school, public school, by the way, that will probably trump a lot of private schools. But they had a manufacturing night, and I'm not into anything manual labor. Ain't no calluses on these hands. I ain't cutting no grass. I ain't shoveling no snow. I ain't changing no brakes. I ain't changing no tires. And I don't care what you women say about me. I don't care what these dudes that think that they some master dude because they can change a goddamn tire. I can change a tire. I can change oil. I can do tune-ups and all that stuff. But it's certain things that I'm not going to do anymore. I don't have to. That's why I go out and I try to make money. I can pay somebody else to do it. While you're out there changing my tire, I can be making more money. You know, and I had a vice president when I was in investments. I had him tell me, he was like, and that's when I used to do it. When I was in investments and doing mortgages and insurance. And he said, man, every time I come to this office, your car is the shiniest car in the parking lot. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, is that on purpose? And I'm like, well, yeah, I like to have a nice car when I go in front of people's houses and this and that. I like to be clean, shined up a little bit, you know, just give. He was like, how long did it take you to do? I'm like, a couple of hours, whatever. He was like, exactly. It's circulating dollars. Find a little young black boy in the neighborhood. Hey, man, cut this grass. I'll give you $10, $15, $20, $30. Hey, man, wash my car. You know, here's 10, 20, 20. That's what it's about. You know, and so, and he looked at me and he said, how much? Exactly. It's hard to find them nowadays, but you know what? Sometimes you got to go get them. You got to be like, hey, man, here's some dough. But, and I was that neighborhood kid when I was a kid. I was the one that was shoveling the snow, raking the leaves, you know, asking people, the older people on the block or whatever, if they needed their cars washed. You know, I had a many hustles, you know, paper route. I had a whole lawn care business. I wish I'd have knew Puffy's story, because what I'd have done is I'd have went out and hired, if I'd have, you know, but I was a first generation entrepreneurial mindset to a certain extent. You know, I wasn't thinking employees. I was thinking, hey, I got enough money. You know, here I am 10, 11 years old. My mom ain't had to buy me nothing. Anything that she said I couldn't have, as long as I could bring it in the house, I bought it myself. You know, if it was a nice outfit, she's like, that's too much money. I'm like, okay, I got the money. You know, but anyway, this vice president, he said to me, he said, let me tell you something. He said, how much do you make an hour? And I said, I don't know. First generation entrepreneur. I'm telling you, it's a lot of trial and error with that. Who do you go for questions? Who do you go when you got a question? When you're the first generation, you know, you got to seek outside of your immediate circle, because the people inside your circle don't understand what you're going through. That's why Black Folk Hotspots as a community works. Especially if people use it like it's supposed to, but you'd rather be on Facebook screaming and yelling with somebody. These people don't know. They don't give a shit about you. They're not going through the same things that you're going through. Nothing against people who punch a clock from 9 to 5, but that's what they're doing. So how can they tell you the stresses? How can they know when you got your website domain registration is coming up and you ain't got the $75 or whatever you need to register all your domains or whatever? You like, damn, can I borrow $50 so I can do my domain registration? They don't understand that part. They don't understand how important that is. They be like, oh, well, dude, it's just a blog. Yeah, but it's a blog to make me money. A little bit. Or it has the potential to make me money down the line. So I need to keep this. Because if I don't, somebody else going to snag this domain name. Or maybe you got some domain names parked because you got future ideas. But anyway, This vice president, he said to me, he said, how much do you make an hour? And I was, 100% commission. Because I'm going to take a job that got a commission attached to it. If it ain't got no commission attached, hell, I go deliver fucking pizzas. Excuse my language. Because I'm the tips. So, I ain't making minimum wage. I don't understand how people out here arguing. I ain't never, since I was like 16, 17 years old, that's when I made minimum wage. Working at like Ponderosa, it was like a little steakhouse. Washing dishes. Minimum wage. But anyway, so I said, Daryl, I don't know. No, but I got a lot of domains. Me personally, I got domains parked. So I got ideas like my travel. I got a travel site that's coming in 2016. Yeah. I got some other things. Yeah. I buy domain names when I think about certain businesses that I want to do, and I put them in my roadmap of things I want to do, right? Or ideas I have, but I'm not ready to do it now, or I'm doing a research on it. But I snatch up the domain. I might have a domain for 10 years. I've had domains for like 6-7 years. It's just sitting there. I go to GoDaddy and I buy them, and you just leave them there. You just park them. You just leave them there. You don't do anything with them until you're ready for them, and then you do whatever you got to do to them. You build a website on them, or move them to something else, or direct them to another website, or whatever, however you want to do it. But anyway, so check this. So I was like, I don't know how. You're welcome. I said, I don't know how much I make an hour. I never really thought about it like that. I just know I do some insurance, I do some investments, I do some mortgages, and I get a check. And I get lots of them. I get 80% close ratio. Why? Because I do small things in a big way. Consistency. Right? But he said, okay, so say you do, he was telling me, he's like, so say you close $1,000 a year insurance premium, life insurance premium. How much do you make? And I said, well, I'm at a 60% contract. So that means I'll make, because we got the first year up front. That's what we got paid, what percentage of that. So I was like, and I'm on a 60% contract. So that would be $600. And he will say, well, how much time did you spend with these people? And I said, 2 hours doing this part, maybe 4 at the most. And he said, so you make between $150 an hour, $150 to $300 an hour. So let's just take the low end, $150 an hour. He said, so you washed your car and it cost you $300 potentially. Because it took you 2 hours to wash your car. And you make $150 an hour. You could have been prospecting. You could have been meeting with a client. Heck, more importantly than that, you could have been spending time with your family. He said, dude, you make the same amount of money as doctors and lawyers. What does a lawyer charge per hour? Hundreds, thousands, but 150, 200, you paying for them. And I said, wow. And from that day forward, I never washed my car. Matter of fact, if I scroll this around, because I'm sitting in my car now, there's a little cutter. And that's another thing I learned. No new cars. I need an A to B car. I need to get where I need to get. Right? Now, I do know with black people, and I am doing this, in 2016, 2017, I'm buying a Maserati. Only because I like that car, and it's time for me to have something, something brand new. I've never bought a brand new car. And I'm going to get that Maserati, right? And then they got that crown on the front, the little thing, and, king of the internet, me. I think that's something. Yeah, it's going to, yeah. But anyway, just so that, black people sometimes, business investment is what I call it, because black people sometimes, they'll see you, oh man, look at that car you driving. You driving a 95 Saab. I just got rid of that. I bought that. I drove that. I paid $3,000 for that car, and I drove that car for 5 years. Something like that. Yeah, for about 5 years. and convertible, looked nice, paint was decent. Bought it from a new car lot. They just, and it was older. So those cars, they don't usually keep those cars. So I'll go look at the new car lots and look for some of their used cars, because usually a new car lot, they don't, not I call them the dirt part, the paved car lots versus the unpaved, right? You go to the unpaved, the little buy here, pay here's, whatever, just stack your cash and just go pay for the car cash. Or worst case scenario, go to your credit union or something and get a loan for it and just go do it, and then you get the interest rate or whatever instead of going to the buy here, pay here. Because the paved lots, they can't, most of the banks and stuff that they only want cars on their lot that they can actually finance. That's my point. So if you see one of this cash only, it's because they knew it was a great car that they didn't want to just wholesale to a wholesaler. So they were looking for that one person to pop in and say, I want that car. Right? And then they pay cash, which is what I did. And that's what I do. And, and then if you like that, it's a way to get a brand new car every year. If you just would delay your dream for about 5 years, I can show you a way to get a brand new car every 3, 4, 5 years, right? If you just delay that gratification for 5 years. If you figure you're going to, one of my favorite cars right now that's new, that's not overly expensive, is the Ford Taurus. I also like that Kia. No, not Kia. Yeah. The Kia. Hey, bro. Chilling. The Kia. Hey, y'all. The Kia. It's Optima, I think it is. It's sharp. But the Ford Taurus, I love that car. I just like it. It may not be all great, but it rides nice and it just sits nice. But anyway, if you want that, so say you went into the dealership and you just bought, one that was 5, 6, 7 years older, right? And you put some money down, but now you brought your payment down. But if you were to go buy that car right now, you'd be $400, $500, $600 in a hole. A month. So say you get the car, used one, and you only got a $200 note. You take that same other $300 and you put that away. So now when you walk into the car dealership the next time, if you think about $300, you're going to have a whole lot bigger paycheck. Especially if you go and buy something cash like $1,500. Now you put $500 a year. That's $6,000 a year. 6,000 times 5 is how much? $30,000. Now you can go pay cash. And then you still, even though it's not a car note, you still, you're putting that money away and it's going into your savings, or you put it into a mutual fund, not a mutual fund, but maybe a bond fund or something like that, or a money market account where it's not going to lose, but it'll gain a little bit. But that's what it is. And now you got that money stacked away, and this is just car money. It's all about the envelope system. Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace, is one of the greatest books ever. I trust that dude. His advice is on point, but he understands those things. There's so many different things. And that's another thing. I'm glad I've worked so many jobs. I'm glad I've talked to so many people. I'm glad I've been around so many people, because the knowledge that you pick up, the knowledge that you gain, I tell people, a guy told me the other day, I said, man, you wouldn't know what a millionaire looked like if he slapped you in the face with $1 million worth of dollar bills. Yeah, I do. You don't look like one. I said, how you know? I opened my bank account, and I had on sweatpants and a hoodie and a ball cap and some Asics running shoes. That's maybe about a year old. And he's like, oh, you don't look like one. I'm like, how do you know? What does one look like? Describe him. Oh, he ain't black. And that's how a lot of us think. I said, dude, let me tell you something, man. Millionaires don't go out and spend all their self-made millionaires. They don't go out and spend all their money on stupid stuff, on stuff that loses value. They spend money on assets, not liabilities. A car is a liability. Clothes are liabilities. I said, and I even gave him some information. I said, man, why did you think the president got 2 color suits? Blue and black. You ever seen Barack in some exotic color suits? Because so when they go in their closet, it's a 50-50 shot. Okay, am I wearing blue today or black today? That's why they talked about the power ties and stuff like that, because people put them on. Am I on wear this color tie or this color tie? That way it's not many choices, because you don't want to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes trying to figure out what to put on. That's time is money. It's only this hip hop generation. And I get it. We like nice things. And this, I'm not telling people to be broke, but I'm saying we focus a lot of times on doing stuff, and then we wonder why we don't have the money to do some of the things. I don't want to go out and get venture capital for Black folk hotspots. Not going to do it. Number one, I say I could if the right investors came and they looked like me. But if they white, I don't want it. And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't know. Google has called me. Yahoo has called me. Facebook has called me. A couple other companies. No. But I'll partner with you to do some things. People don't know those things. But when they call me, and if it's something I want to know from them, like how something in their system works, I ask. Because the best time to ask somebody a question is when they need something from you. What did Google want? They wanted access to our 2,200 plus Black business owners. Because that's a market they can't penetrate, because Black people, we try something once and say it don't work. If it don't blow up, we say it don't work. The hell out of here. You know how much of a struggle it was for Black folk hotspots? They would ask me a question. What made you do this? I said, because it's one thing that I know the most about, and that's me. Black people. I know how we think. I know how we act. People are like, on the fan page, man, this ain't all about business. You talk about love and hip. I don't do it anymore because I don't really watch it too much anymore. But I'm like, Black business owners watch reality shows. I watch sports. I watch different things. I can talk business for hours and hours and hours, but I don't just focus solely on that. Right? So I'm like, neither do your consumers, neither do your customers, neither do people who are going to buy from you. So if you're not in the know, if you're not in, you can't have a conversation about that. You got to build relationships as a business owner. That's why I was so good in sales. That's why I had an 80% close ratio doing those things, because I can go in and we can talk about stuff, right? I remember I delivered pizzas, right? And people were like, how are you making so many tips? Because I can build a relationship in 5 seconds, because that's all you really got while they sign a credit card slip. Oh, man. Oh, you're a Cubs fan, huh? That's what's up, man. Me too. Since such. Oh, man. They may give me an extra $1 or $2. Because it wasn't just like, here's your pizza. Here's your slip. Bye. Thank you. Have a great night. No, it's, man, you walk up, you see in the driveway, you see they got Army license plate tags, Army veteran or Air Force or Navy, this and they be like, oh, who was in the Air Force? Who was in the Army? Me too. I was in the Air Force. That may get you another $5. I mean, I'm not saying you do these things to do it, but you build these relationships. I remember a lady say, what's your name again? I'm going to call you. I'm going to ask, make sure you come back here again. You go into a house, it's Halloween time right now. It's coming up on it. People's houses are decorated. You go, oh, man, woo. Y'all really into Halloween over here? I'm going to make sure I bring my kids over here. They don't necessarily mean I'm going to do it. They be like, yeah, we really, different stories. Quick. You notice something. And I learned this from a manager I had when I was in the mortgage business. This dude would look at something and be like, man, you got some dope shoes. Real quick. And it sets people back. Like, I'm glad you're not an asshole. That's just business. And, and I do build relationships, I have conversations. And on that conversation, though, I can't keep talking all day. I got work to do, because these business owners will be on my case, even though they should be watching this. But anyway, if you're watching this, you remember, go to create a profile, Black Folk Hotspots. If you're not a member, if you are a member, upgrade it. Let us get your stuff into our rotation, your events, all your events. I don't give a shit if you're vending at the event. You should be promoting it just as if you were there. All right. Well, okay, cool. All right. You got it. You should be promoting that event. If you're a vendor at an event, you should be promoting that event as if, peace, you should be promoting that event as if it was yours. Because the more people come through that door, the more it is. And now if every vendor is doing it, if it's 10 vendors there, that's 10 different networks there. Plus the host and the promoter. You should be promoting it too. So put that on Black Folk Hotspots and get it out. I don't care what part of the production you're at. That's how it is. Anyway, if you're watching this, go to blackfolkhotspots.com, create your profile. I also want to talk to you on SBB TV one-on-one about your business so we can help you get more exposure. So once you create the profile, I'll drop a link for you to create the so you to schedule time 15 minutes to chat about your business to our audience. Anyway, y'all, I want to appreciate this replay will be available for 24 hours, but it'll also be on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BFHS Network. BFHS Network is short for BlackFolkHotspots.com network of business owners. Anyway, I appreciate you. Likes. Let's see. Let me see where I'm at right now so I can see. Yeah. So when I come back to this for you people who are watching this replay, I need at least 6,000. We need 300 more. And if you like it, what I'm gonna do is we'll like you back, and then we'll go we'll follow you on Twitter or whatever and connect with you. All right. Anyway, Black Folk Hotspots, CEO of Black Folk Hotspots, GI Operation is my name. Well, actually, it's my internet name, but it basically might as well be my name since people in the public call me Geo. But Ryan Hodge, CEO of Black Folk Hotspots and a host of SBB TV. Put a hashtag in front of it. You can find us on, find it on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Anyway, you'll see what we do. You'll see how we do it. I mean, you'll see what we do. You might not know exactly how we do it, but we get it done. And our whole goal is to help Black business owners get more exposure to grow their businesses. Peace, y'all.